Hi, my name is Jae, and we are talking about Lake Erie's eutrophication. Eutrophication in Lake Erie has been a big issue from 1960s when there was a huge industry blooming from Cleveland and to close by cities. This is an image of eutrophication in Lake Erie. As you can see, lake is pretty green. The reason for that is that there has been a lot of algae bloom around Lake Erie due to eutrophication. There was a lot of nitrogen and phosphorus coming into Lake Erie, so it really generated a huge bloom in algae population. Today, we're going to talk about algae bloom started from 1960s. And we are also talking about the algae bloom that has been started from Cleveland and other cities. And we are also talking about the issue about Toledo's tap water. And also we will be talking about eutrophication and increase in the rate of supply of organic matter to an ecosystem.
Hi, my name is Weibin, and I'm going to talk about the impacts of the eutrophication about the economic and political. And the first one is that major economic problems of eutrophication is that a lot of fishing, and Lake Erie is home to one of the world's largest freshwater commercial fisheries. Lake Erie's fish population are the most abundant of the Great Lakes, partially because of lake's relatively mild temperatures and plentiful supply of plankton, which is a basic building block of the food chain. However, the population affects the fisheries most because of eutrophication. So, commercial fishing in Lake Erie has been hurt by the bad economy as well as government regulations, which limit the size of the cage. One report suggests that the numbers of fishing boats and employees have declined by 2/3 in recent decades. Another concern has been population in the lake, as well as toxins found inside fish, were working against commercial fishing interests. So the management of fishery is by consent of all management agencies with an interest in the resource and include the states of New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, and province of Ontario, and work under the mandate of Great Lakes Fishery Commission. The Commission makes assessment using sophisticated mathematical modeling systems. The Commission has been the focus of considerable recrimination, primarily from angler and charter fishing groups in the U.S., which have had a historical antipathy to commercial fishing interests.
Oh my God, flip.
All right, so social and health. According to Taylor and Francis organizations, the major causes of nutrient enrichment in Lake Erie are associated directly or indirectly with human nutrition and diets. So, which means that the desires of human nutrition and diet with the decomposition of reactive nitrogen emitting to the atmosphere as a consequence of fossil fuel combustions is an important anthropogenic factor, which is like a human-made factor that is causing the eutrophications in Lake Erie. The intensity of nitrogen emissions from fertilizers, which is a big thing in agriculture, the livestock waste, and the fossil fuel combustion are all of the major reasons that we as a human in the society that contributes to the Lake Erie eutrophication. And then based on the news from EPA, which is the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, they says that the other reason that is contributes to the to the Lake Erie eutrophication is because of the blooms of microcystis. So from our side, which is the society and health, The concerns of microcystis is poor food for the tiny grazing crustaceans, which is the zooplankton. And then that are in return, microcystis are the important food for the lavarfish, which is one kind of fish in Lake Erie. And then microcystis is often a really potent, like a strong toxic food that damaging animals' liver. So whatever the shrimps or frags or the crab or fish that is in the Lake Erie that who eats the microcystis, it might damaging their liver. So when we as a human being, we harvest those fishes, then we eat those fishes, which is harmful for our health as well. Since most municipalities along the lake shore obtain drinking water from Lake Erie, this is for special concern. It is believed that the water treatment procedures are effective in removing the toxin, and to date there have been no reports of the toxin in drinking water supplies. So it appears from several research studies that recent algal bloom in western Lake Erie are linked to nutrient loading, nutrient released by zebra mussel, and selective feeding by zebra mussels, but much more work needed to be done. And the research performed by Great Lakes Environmental Research Laboratory, which is the GLERL, and partners has provided hypotheses and some answers to explain the zebra mussel microcystis connections. So here is the picture of the the fish in Lake Erie. That is because there's a lot of microcystis that they eat, and then it's damaging their liver. And then if we as a human being, we eat this kind of fish, that it has the potentiality that is harmful for us as well. And then this is like a cup of water from the Lake Erie. So due to the Lake Erie eutrophication. So from all of those problems, now here comes a part about sustainable solutions. How can we solve this problem?
As farmers fertilize their fields with products containing phosphorus, this material eventually makes its way into watersheds around Lake Erie. This process is known as non-point source pollution. One solution would be for government agencies to more heavily regulate non-point source phosphorus pollution. And another more complex solution would be to address the loss of wetlands in North America. These wetlands act as natural purifiers, purifying water before it reaches the lakes and rivers. In the 1960s and 1970s, we saw bloom take over large parts of the lakes. And this inspired businesses, governments, and communities to come together to solve the problem, and they did. The lakes today are different, but solutions are the same. It's a big problem, but we have solved it before, and I believe that we can solve it again.
Wow! Woo!